I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Cowboys going up against the Cardinals. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, first opened in 2006. Here's a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Carson Palmer brings Arizona out onto the field, and they got the Week 2 win over Indianapolis. That was Bruce Arians' first return to Indianapolis since the Chuck Pagano year of 2012. Close win, but a win nonetheless.
And a big one for him, and his team was down for much of the game. In fact, their first lead was when they won the game in overtime, right? So that was a big battling win for Bruce Arians and his Arizona team. But, of course, great memories for him of being in Indianapolis and being named Coach of the Year that year as he guided the Colts in the Chuck Strong absence.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On the ground, Andrews again. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On third down, it's Andrews. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Third and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the third play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Now the big man, this is Andrews. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Little mix-up early in the season for this offensive unit for Arizona because Week 1, David Johnson fractures his wrist, Charles, against the Lions, and now you've got a number of guys in the mix to carry the football.
Yeah, all of them trying to equal one David Johnson. You talk about Kerwin Williams, Andre Ellington, who they'd moved out to receiver for a while. Now he's back at running back, and they re-signed CJ 2K, Chris Johnson, and they brought him back on September 12th. So we'll see how Bruce Arians mixes and matches that. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if they're looking for a trade to try and find a veteran running back.
That one was intended for John Brown. Third down here. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
The Cowboys' defense is characterized by its cohesiveness. When you look at them position by position, you're not often impressed. But when you play together collectively, as the Cowboys did in 2016, you find a defense that ranked #1 against the run and were a tough team to solve for everyone who tried to move the ball against them.
On third down, Palmer. And he checks this one down to Williams. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And his first look is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. For Ezekiel Elliott last week against Denver, arguably his worst game as a pro. 9 carries, just 8 yards.
And the standard that he sets is so much higher, not just in the yardage, but in how he plays. Because one of the things about him coming out of Ohio State was how hard he played the game, even if the ball wasn't in his hands. And that was not that type of a game that he had against Denver. Let's see if he can bounce back moving forward, because you know Dallas wants to feed him the football and control the game with his running.
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. Last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And Carson Palmer's going to turn 38 in December. Actually contemplated not coming back in 2017. I wonder how disappointing he was in the 2016 season.
Well, do you think that that's a reason that he's back?
I think that maybe he feels like there's one more good run in this Arizona Cardinals team.
Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the gun on third down. It's Palmer. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Andy Lee, three-time All-Pro, on to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They start on the ground with Elliott. A beautiful fake. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Elliott last year so darn good, over 1,600 yards, most in the NFL. Actually, there were 10 teams that didn't rush for as many yards as he did. That's how good he was.
And just think, there is a place for him to get better. And I think it's in pass receiving. Not necessarily the hands, but just throwing it to him more, getting him into open space. He can make even more big plays doing that.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. Back to Glendale after this timeout.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by...
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So 2nd and 10 here. Here's Prescott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. The numbers for Dak as a rookie last year are still kind of mind-boggling. And you look at QB rating. Dak was 104.9. Now, among full-time quarterbacks, only 2 Super Bowl quarterbacks, Matt Ryan and Tom Brady, were higher.
And look who he finished ahead of. Guys like Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. Amazing.
First down carry by Elliott. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Prescott now from the 50. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it. And He gets those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And the play clock's running down.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. On third down, it's Morris. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Alfred Morris showing the strength to fight off tackles. Well, he should be able to fight some people off. After all, he has 6 brothers, so he's used to some roughhousing.
Are you saying the dinner table became more like a combat zone for these guys, right? Get in and get what you need, otherwise you might not get enough. And what a tough one-cut runner he has become in the NFL.
Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play clock winding down. On 3rd down, it's Morris. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Palmer will throw. And he's got Gresham. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from the desert after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, we'll send you to Orlando and Larry Ridley as he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. But no touchdown. These guys need to give Larry some touchdowns to talk about.
Things are too easy for him right now back in the studio. Come on, guys. Help the man out. Give him something to talk about.
Jaron Brown, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
2nd down following the incompletion. Out of the gun, Palmer. A dump off this time for Andrews. And he is level. Knocked down hard. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Throw left side complete. It's Fitzgerald. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The two old workhorses, Palmer and Fitzgerald, connecting there for a Cardinal first.
I know one adage that actually held up last year. Age is just a number. And I'm talking about Larry Fitzgerald. 33 years old.
Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Let's look back now at this closely contested first half. Both the Cardinals and the Cowboys have very low rushing totals. It has not been an effective part of either team's game plan, and you wonder if either side will give a more concerted effort to run it in the second half. All right, let's roll those moving.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. Shreds the tackle. He won't go down. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Second down now after the incompletion. Here's Elliott. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Morris. And now running right through it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Fresh set of downs here. Throwing, Prescott. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. On second down, Elliott. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Going deep here for Bryant. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Help me out, partner. Was that incomplete?
That was on a deep ball to Dez.
And that's a surprise. The way he attacks the football in the air, it's always surprising to me when he doesn't complete a pass like that.
Now Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Prescott to throw it. Looking deep downfield. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
They'll run with Elliott. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
What stands reason to give Zeke the ball there? I mean, let's face it. Last year, led the league in first downs picked up.
Yeah, 91 of them, 19 more than second place David Johnson.
Yeah, you can see the confidence that the team has in him touching the football. Offensive line wants to block even harder because of him.
Ooh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the green, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. This is Morris. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Running with Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. A look at Carson Palmer now as we focus in on our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to raise the... They've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
On second down, here's Palmer. And his throw here's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Play action. It's Palmer. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Oh, it still won't go down. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, if they stopped this once, that's all right. Let's keep moving it, make them do it again.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Again, it's Elliott. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one goes for 24 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
First down and goal to go from the 7. Elliott. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Prescott down. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Morris. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown. But no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You've got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
So we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but his second field goal makes this now a 6-3 score.
And this would be the definition of winning ugly. Now you need to continue to ride your defense and hope that you can make this fourth-quarter lead stand up.
And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football. Now Palmer on first down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. The 40, the 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Oh, and now he bowls him over. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, Palmer. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. Palmer to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's Palmer. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Here's the Cardinals defense as they head out to set up shop. And last time out, they gave up the chip shot field goal, but obviously could have been worse than that. I think they felt pretty good about only giving up 3.
No doubt about it. Anytime an offense gets into the red zone, the thinking naturally for the defense is, okay, 3 points. We're going to give up 3 here, but let's make it no more than that. They met their goal.
On the other side, though, the offense, they weren't very happy.
No, because there's an opportunity. Once you get to the red zone, you're not thinking about kicking a field goal. You're thinking about how do you get it into the end zone, and when you don't, you walk off the field feeling a little bit of failure on that drive.
Yeah, who will have the better feeling at the end of this drive? This is Elliott. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The Cowboys on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. They run with Morris. And he is knocked down from the side at the 12-yard line. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Peterson. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. And now back onto the field. Here comes the Cowboys defense. They're looking for one final stop here. Put this game on ice. What's the message from the defensive coordinator here?
Don't overthink it. You know what you have to do. Let's get this game over with and get to the locker room.
Yeah, that's the key, right? Just get it over quickly. They don't want to deal with any extra time.
You don't want any extra time. You don't want to do something out of the ordinary that gives them an opportunity and hope. Go out there and play the way you know how.
But not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Now it's Palmer. And he's going to go out of bounds downs. He takes this one down shy of the 20. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Palmer. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Clock rolling here, about to hit 30 seconds. And he spikes it with just a shade under a half a minute left. 29 seconds on the clock. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Palmer. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. To throw again, it's Palmer. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra. Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance. So that drive goes 8 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least 1 play. Down the numbers. There he goes. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Well, Prescott here to throw. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown. Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he? But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will he? No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part. One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing. You
take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cowboys, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.